our race than women are, generally speaking.
I think this women value looks.
Probably just because the men choose the women of their group first before they actually go out.
Okay, so looks are not all that important to me. They were a little more important when I was younger, but not like consciously. Um, I was, I mean, I just figured, look, my dad was a goofy looking man, and he was 6'2". He wasn't ugly, just a little goofy looking. And my mom was fucking gorgeous, and I turned out fine, okay? Um, and here's hoping that should I have children, my mom's strong genes and the pretty side just takes over, okay?
You are really want quote-unquote pretty children. Think about that.
It's so subjective. I mean, even when I was younger, I was just like, yeah, I don't think this shit matters because for as many people are going to tell me I'm beautiful in my life, there are so many other people who are going to be like, you raggedy bitch. So I would rather focus on being smart. I would rather focus on being kind. I'd rather focus on being patient. Things that I can carry with me as I age, because even if you invest in beauty, eventually you're going to be outside of youth, and for a large swath of the population, outside of beauty, because youth and beauty are, for a lot of people, inextricably like associated.
Nah, it's really cool to be hot. I only like hot people. Whatever Tyler just said is fine.
Good looking people.
What she said was a lot of everybody, eventually all the people will be ugly at some point, man. It's a way
We'll be old, not necessarily ugly. Like, what doesn't matter what hard forever. There's an advantage to good looks. We bullshit ourselves on one.
I'm always gonna be hot.
Everyone, I assure you, every single person, everybody that lives, you will be ugly at some point.
My grandma's 80, she's still beautiful, and she's just old.
Of course you would say that about your grandma.
No, it's like she's literally actually beautiful.
Shut up, you're pretty. Anyways, an 80-year-old. I'm trying to talk pretty people, good looking people. What your 80-year-old grandma at a fucking fashion show with a bunch of 20-year-olds? And your grandma might be, okay? But anyways, good looking people are crazy.
That is not true. I'm not crazy.
Neither am I. God damn it.
I don't really know how to listen.
I am crazy.
Like, the people, okay, so y'all know good looking people with like really nice smiles, like women with really nice smiles. Oh, motherfucking crazy.
You know, you definitely cray cray.
What exactly defines good-looking people? Who made the standard prerequisite to being aesthetically pleasing? Isn't that subjective?
Good-looking people.
Nah,
Duh.
it's how, John, it's how people react to you. Like, you guys. Yeah, I mean, we're on an app, yeah, but there's people, when you look at them, you react to them, you know? Like,
yeah,
right, because like Draymond Green, the only reason why he got women around him is because he's a basketball player, but his eyes are way too close together. Way too close together.
I don't know who that is.
you know, I was told once, you know when you do those, like, boot camp things, the woman who was taking my measurements randomly told me that my shoulders were too small for my body. And I've never gotten over it. It's been like 10 years. So, you know, we all have our flaws.
She said your nose was too small for your body.
My shoulders were not like wide enough for my body.
Small shoulders is attractive. She a hater. Okay, let's talk about boobs.
And then for most people, one eye is bigger than the other, one foot is bigger than the other. Your body probably isn't symmetrical.
My PTR, look at Draymond Green. His face is not aesthetically pleasing. Them eyes are too close together. His mouth is lopsided. Like, honey, the only thing he got going for him is that he's tall and he can play basketball.
He's perfect.
All his pictures look like that. All his pictures.
He's so tall without the gray. He's kind of zaddy-ish without the gray.
Girl, okay, all of his face, okay, he has like a lot of space for features, but all of his features are
it's
like
all in the middle.
in like a 3-inch range. You have like
That's
the whole
exactly what I
and
said.
that's not necessary. Like you should
Exactly.
like just I don't know.
They messed up his features. He used to get his mama. He needed to call his mama and his daddy and get a recount at labor. He's 6'6", guys.
I'm sure this man has no problem.
Okay.
So even when people would call me ugly, and I know I'm not. It's just like, I mean, there's a lot of things I am. I may not be attractive to everyone, but like ugly is like, come on, that's a stretch. And I would just be like, well, look, blame my parents. I don't know what you want me to say. Like,
Exactly. Your eyes can be too close together. Like Draymond Green. Go ahead, bro.
Here's the problem I'm gonna have. You can't judge men and women with the same measuring stick of being aesthetically pleased because men don't look at women the same way as women look at men. So, with that being stated, I don't see if you have a problem with a basketball player in the picture. If we were judging this man, we would judge him based off of his ability to gather resources, which is actually what's attractive to women versus a woman. You know, she's got the right hips, the right, stomach, the right waist size, and of course titties and a beautiful face or style of hair.
Oh my God, you're talking about a sexy woman.
When I first mentioned him, I said the only reason why he has women around him is because he is a basketball player, right?
But that's
And
his
he's
feet,
tall.
though.
I understand that, but when you look at him, you don't want to procreate with him. I don't want his children. I don't want his feature. All your baby gonna be born and they gonna have little bitty eyes and it's all gonna be in the center of their face, all scrunched up like they stuck on a lemon. You don't want that.
now the other thing is, like resources are important.
His face is symmetrical.
Resources are important. Resources are important, but you have to look at that person. And you have to like enjoy their company, right? So if you're ugly and you suck, like, good luck. But anyway, speaking of people that look weird, do you guys see what's in the audience? There's just like, I'm sorry, I don't usually do this. And it's not like I'm trying to be mean, but like, why is there so much cheek on your face, dude? Like,
Also too.
what's happening?
Yes, very much so.
No.
But yes, he is. Yes, he is. No, but listen, hold on. I'm gonna make a point. I'm gonna make a point. Draymond, as you can see, he's a crybaby on the court, which means he's highly emotional as a man, which means he's not logical. You see how much he cry and try to beat up people on the damn fucking basketball court. He need to go sit in the corner and suck his thumb like the mama's boy that he is. You don't want that. He gonna come home and be like, "You made lasagna? I wanted spaghetti. Where?" And throw the fucking food all over the floor.
Okay.
No, have you ever heard
What you be
Draymond?
doing out here?
Well, just really quickly, here's the plan. So if you have daughters, she can have a bang and cover that forehead. Okay, and that'll hide how disproportionate the features really are. If you have a son, apparently it's not going to matter so much, but hopefully my genes would be in there and working real hard. Like sometimes I see kids and I'll be like, your mama did a lot for you. She did a lot for you. Your dad did. Why do you even talk to kids in the first place, you weirdo? I don't say that to kids. I would never tell a kid that. But the reality is, if they're ugly adults, that means they're happy some ugly kids.
Alright, so what? Here's the thing. Like,
I'm happy.
this is how I see it. I don't want a brother around if he can't work. He don't know how to do anything. He sit on his ass, cries like a bitch about something. That would make me like, I don't want to be around him like that. Now, that brother could still be aesthetically attractive to you women, but to me, like a brother who is an habitual liar, everything come out of his mouth is a lie, kiss ass, he's trying to make friends for all the wrong reasons, that kind of nigga, I don't want nothing to do with it. It should just get away from me. It's gonna be a problem. Now, he can still be attractive to you women though. You all run right to that all day because I don't know, he's whatever. But the point is, we look at each other differently. I don't, as far as the female is concerned, just being on, most men on the aesthetics is just about what we visually see from them. We don't know anything about you. You could be a fucking thief. You could be a liberal. You could be a feminist. We don't know none of that until sometime later on. But most men are just going to be attracted to what they physically see at first. Then after a while, maybe you talk too much, maybe you say the wrong thing, and then that's when the kind of like the annoyance starts to, like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and start exiting stage left as soon as I probably can. That's when guys are kind of like moving out of the way. It's nothing to do. You all could be the most beautiful, attractive women in the world, but the moment you just start, kind of showing things that are not pleasing, that's what makes you unattractive.
Man, obviously you are a single man because you on a fucking social audio chat app lecturing people about women who run their fucking mouths all the time and why they're undateable.
Y'all know who you need to pray for? You know who you need to pray for? Flavor Flav, because his mama gave him all her patience.
And yet, look how many women chase down Flavor Flav. So
I don't know. He gave us a deal something right with his money. He got 13 kids and how many grandkids? 6.
That's the point.
So but I understand your point. You see your point to the logical side. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to replicate those features. Like that is just there's nothing. First of all, there's nothing aesthetically pleasing. He's not like, he doesn't have a strong stature, right? So he's gonna create a whole bunch of weak little men. He little and frail. What's he gonna do? He ain't protecting you. He got a big ass security guard. The security guard doing more protecting than he's doing.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Flavor Flav.
Flav is gangster.
Flav is a roach. He is the sea roach.
But I want you to understand, from our standpoint, he must look good to women because a lot of women open the legs.
They wanted they wanted what they thought was in that pocketbook, and it wasn't hardly nothing because he broke.
Hey, that's what the definition of handsome could be.
But babe, I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about today's society and the logic that they're moving in today. And what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna have somebody's son, right? I'm looking at your features. Okay, for example, you're tall, you're physically fit, like you have a physique, a nice physique. right? I would like to replicate those jeans. Them jeans right there in that PPR, I don't want a whole bunch of little roaches running around. The man is barely 5'7". He ain't beating nobody else. Like, what?
I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I did PTR my dad from high school. I mean, look at his outfit. Like, I love him, of course, but like, I can roast him.
Your dad is not bad looking. He looks like one of my uncles.
Why he ain't
What town is his afro?
Why?
He actually looked like they
He looks like one of my uncles.
Yo, you made him look like he's like, that's just racist, Charlie.
He's like one of the Jackson 5.
That's just
Actually,
racist.
he looks
He
like
does look like a Jackson Five.
Okay, now mind you, it's the 70s, and these are pictures that are still in my grandma's house. He's got on those short little shorts and like just being extra 70s and like just, you know, and he's 6'2", so you put short shorts on somebody who's 6'2", and it looks weird.
Charlie, girls right now like niggas that look like that. They call them medium ugly and all types of weird shit. But like,
Medium ugly? What the hell? He in a steak?
but all it means is a normal looking guy. He's not a pretty boy, but he's not like
medium ugly. He's being attractive male, quote unquote. Whereas the medium ugly niggas they talk about be like the Draymond
Now,
a little bit better looking than Draymond Green.
Y'all are lying. Okay, now for comparison, I'm gonna PTR my mom. Okay? Now,
Your dad is not a bad looking man.
Yeah, his dad wouldn't be considered ugly.
He looks like my uncle. You might be my cousin. You might be my cousin for all you know.
I'm gonna PTR my mom, and then I'm gonna PTR me, and watch how much work my mom did on this gene pool. Hold on.
he looked like the guy from Everybody Hates Chris.
Now.
Oh yeah, he kind of looks like.
oh yeah, he does a little bit.
That's kind of
Now look.
And he's doing quite well for himself now.
Look at my mom. Look at
Mommy. Hi, Mommy. She looked like that one actress from the 90s.
She looks like that
I believe that they're moderately, they both look I would rate them the same on a scale of 1 to 10. Their mommy and dad both.
She almost looks like one of the leading stars in was it All My Children or Days of My Life? I think it was All My Children that got canceled and everybody was crying about it. Or was it As the World Turns? Anyway, she's pretty.
I'm getting it. The rap from New York.
Remy Ma?
Remy Ma?
No, not Remy Ma.
Oh, Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown. Yeah.
She could be Foxy Brown's mom. She's pretty. She has a big old smile. I like her smile. She looks like she was nice to everybody. She gives cookies to the classroom.
Actually.
When you guys had like a class like parties.
Absolutely.
Alright, so here's my father.
Oh, we sharing moms and dads. I'm not posting mine because y'all like to scream.
All you got is problem, Lions.
Now.
See, I see your mommy and your daddy in your face. I see them both, but I do see a lot of your mom.
Exactly.
I do see a lot of your mom.
See how she.
But I see both of them.
You see how the man.
Well, see, you know what it was something? That means she wasn't really that mad at your daddy. You know that old wise tale that means she wasn't that mad at your daddy whenever she was pregnant.
Okay.
She was really mad at him. When you was born, you would look just like him.
That is, I think she looks more like my dad. She's still pretty, but like she looks more like my dad. And famously, my dad said that she was so mad she was pregnant that she would just wake up in the middle of the night if he was sleeping and just like hit him and then pretend to go back to sleep. So
They say that the person you're most mad at whenever you're pregnant, that's who they look like.